Whisker Man here again, here to talk to you about the 3 shaving balms. Now, you guys know what the whisker is, prevents razor bumps and ingrown hairs, chemical free, and fast. Now, I want to talk to you about these 3 shaving balms. Most people don't know that there's a difference between the shaving bumps I'm going to describe. Number 1 is razor bump burn. It's sort of like this mild shaving rash or irritation. There's no hair actually trapped inside the skin, and the causes are improper shaving tools, technique, and just touching it. You can touch, and you can have bacteria and dirt on your hands, on your fingertips, under your nails, and that can exacerbate the irritation. So treating razor bump burn is pretty much the simplest thing. It's get some rubbing alcohol, 50%. Different percentages are out there, but just dab the area. Usually it's on for people, for men who get the shape ups. Just dab it in that area. That's sort of the chemical way. There's other ways if you want to try to go really organic. It's all about that menthol, astringent. So there's tea tree oil. Peppermint has that menthol sort of cooling sensation. And the side effects are none if you don't use it incorrectly. Now, razor bump burn can be prevented, and you can do that by using the right tools. Make sure they're clean, whether you're using a razor blade or clippers. And if you're going to use your tools, clean them with soap, water, rubbing alcohol, as I said. Don't use too many passes with the blade, because you keep going over. You also risk ingrown hairs. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but you also run the risk of causing that irritation and upsetting the skin to the point that bacteria gets in there. Don't share razor blades, and also the dabs of alcohol to keep the bacteria away. Now, on to razor bumps. This is the second of the 3 shaving bumps that we're talking about. And the third, as I've already alluded to, was ingrown hairs. Most people think the 2 are the same. They use them synonymously. In a razor bump, the hair grows, it's shaved, but then it grows and it traps itself in the skin. In an ingrown hair, the hair shaves, falls beneath the skin, and it grows underneath the skin, and then a bump happens from that. So the 2 are different. Now on to razor bumps. Now that can be caused by shaving, but you could shave properly and you could still see the hair. The hair is there. You know, it's long hair, short hair. The hair's not trapped underneath the skin. The hair is there. But after a certain amount of time, 2-3 days, because of the curliness, the curvature, the texture of the hair, some say it's because when you shave, you put a nice tip on that micro hair. The hair eventually traps itself beneath, inside the skin. Now, treating razor bumps are pretty easy as well, but there are 2 main ways. There's chemical and there's manual, so tools. The problem with the chemicals is that, as with my example and many examples of other people, they may not work. They burn, you have allergic reactions, it could be aspirin. Many chemicals carry a disclaimer. This is actually from Proposition, I think it's called Proposition 65. It's a Safe Drinking Water and Toxic Enforcement Act of 1996 in California. And people, manufacturers have to incorporate this label onto their chemical products so that we as consumers are aware of the side effects. So if you're going to buy a chemical, don't just look at the front. That's the marketing. Turn it over, look at the back, and that's where they have to follow the law. So those are the chemical solutions, and the manual solutions are tweezers or a tiny needle. The issue with that is if you have more than a few bumps, and a few is maybe 2 or 3, this is going to take a lot of time. And the side effects from that is just, if you use them improperly, you might hurt yourself. The other solution is exfoliate. Now, the whisker lifts the hairs out safely. You're exfoliating regardless of skin type, newly shaved hair. especially when it's cut, needs to be teased away from the skin. As I said, it's slowly growing back. You need to make sure it follows the rules and does not grow back into the skin. And the side effects to exfoliation are none. And preventing razor bumps, as I said, exfoliate. It's all about prevention. That's what made me surprised when I first tried to figure out how to solve the problem that I couldn't have solved. Everyone was talking about treatment. Well, why do I have to wait to get bumps? Why can't I just prevent them? So last but not least of the 3 shaving bumps, ingrown hairs. As I said, ingrown hairs are caused, this is the hair, it gets shaved, but it's no longer above the skin. No matter how tiny that micro hair is, it's already fallen beneath the skin. And after 2-3 days, you're going to feel the irritation and you're going to see a bump, but you will not see the hair. Now, waxing can cause this, improper shaving too many times or too hard, too many blades can cause this. I have a video where I talk about this. The treatment for this is more invasive because you have to tear, you have to make a tiny break in the skin, and a darning needle, tiny sewing needle can do this. And patience are required. I have a video where I talk about it, but there are many videos out there demonstrating how to use a darning needle to extricate the ingrown hair. Now, you might have to pull out a magnifying glass if you don't get it for the first time, but basically, after a few days, the hair underneath your skin is going to get longer and longer and longer, and it's going to coil. If you try to remove an ingrown hair 2 or 3 days, that's too soon, because and you may not be able to get it, lift it out on the first try. The longer the hair grows, which is like waiting a week, I know it's torture, but the better your chances are of getting it out on the first time. The purpose of getting it out on the first try is to not scar your skin afterwards. If you don't get it on the first try, you're going to have to break your skin again, and that means more chances of scarring. And the side effects, again, as I said, scarring if you do it too many times. As I said, I have a video on preventing ingrown hairs, and there's a bonus bump, and it's back neck bumps. I talk about that in a previous video. The book I also got this reference from in terms of proposition is called Pick Your Poison, How Our Mad Dash to Chemical Utopia is Making Lab Rats of Us All, by Monona, Rossol. You can check it out on Amazon.com. I think it's a great book, especially for those of us who are trying to keep healthy skin, healthy bodies, healthy mind, healthy attitude. And that's it. I'm the Whisker Man. Thank you so much for your great reviews on Amazon. I just want to help. I just want to spread the word. And thank you so much for giving your awesome feedback and your testimonials and your pictures. I just want to be here and help you guys stay smooth.